Hi everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go and do the redesign after I took down the old design, shortened them and did all my prep. So we're going in the ring finger with a reverse French. This powder is Halo Cover Pink. I just fancied a change. I usually use Nail Nails. Oh, what's it called? Something beige. Natural beige, yeah. But I fancied a pinky tone this time, so I went for the Halo powder. So there's the first bead. You get your shape. Make sure you've got a wall to build your colour up to. And you blend the back of that bead down so that when you put your cuticle bead on, you blend it over and you hopefully don't get any lines or shadowing for the two separate beads. And make it like one flawless bead was put down. So there we go, drain that second bead, pop it down there, neaten up that cuticle, tuck it in. Excuse me. And then sweep it down the front. I hate doing French. I hate them. Because I'm rubbish at it. And I should really practice more, but the thought of doing it just makes me freak. So the reason I'm rubbish at it is because I never do it. It's a vicious circle, isn't it? Maybe Handy Wandy should get treated to it. I'm actually loving all the names that the nail techs I watch on YouTube have called their training hands. There's Handria, Pamela Henderson, and I think my favourite one yet is Quarantina. How funny. What I'll do is I'm double dipping into the colour powders for the pinky nail here. Now I put this in just into the cuticle area because I'm going to do a marble nail here. So this just makes it nice and neat. And it doesn't matter what the colour's really like or the blend or anything, because hopefully you'll be able to take your marble right up as close as you can. So I've got a bead of Nail Nails Metallic Orange, a bead of Nail Nails Metallic Purple, and there's a bead of that Halo powder, the blush pink, cover pink. So take your brush and just through, not too much, otherwise it'll just end up a muddy mess. You want it to, just look as though you've just swirled the two of them together so you can see them both separately, but they are slightly mixed. So another bead down at the free edge there of both, and then the cover pink, up, down, and swipe down the sides. Now just check it from all angles. I thought that bit orange there looked a bit too chunky, so I took it off. And then just fill in any areas that you think could do with a little bit more. There we are. Now what I do is I'm going to pop some glitter over. Now I get a tiny bit of clear acrylic and then pick up the glitter that I'm going to use. This is just a fine orange glitter I got off of eBay. And what I do is I try and follow the lines where the orange is. On the other pinky I did where the purple is. So it is a matching set, but there are, some differences, but still so that they match nicely. So we pop the glitter over where the orange is sort of flowing down the nail. Here we are. And up there in that cuticle corner. There we go. That's it. Now I think we head on to the middle nail. And it's like a kind of vertical ombre, but I didn't really stress too much about the blend in the middle because I'm going in with a glitter swoosh over the top, like an S shape over the top. So again, right into that cuticle area, small bead, and just try and stick to one half of the nail vertically. Tuck that in and smooth it down. I've just stunted the camera there. Oops. There, now we need another bead down at that free edge there. But apparently I just ignore myself. So yeah, into the purple. Maybe I'll go in and fill it in after. So this is just so as the whole nail's covered. I've come through to my son Josh's living room in the hope to get peace to do this, because both the girls are running around and I don't know how long it will be before they join me. So I'm sat here with my son's tortoise Dash for company, and he is looking at me, giving me the guilt, wondering why he's not been fed today yet. Because I'm a lazy bitch and I've not been out and got him some weeds. But I will, Dash, don't panic. Yeah, so there we go. Filling in where there's any sort of transparency looking bits that aren't quite opaque enough. So just blend that back. Like I say, the middle bit, I'm going to try and just blend a little bit here, but I'm not stressing about it because, like I say, we're going to be doing a little swoosh, like an S shape in the glitter. Now I think I go with the orange glitter here. Again, these fine glitters, I'm sure were just from eBay. I got them a couple of pound for 500 weight, I think. So yeah, we'll just take a little bit of clear, loads of orange, far too much that I need. Well done, Steph. And we'll just do our S shape and just define it a little bit. So yeah, I've just checked it against the other nail just to make sure it was similar. So on this pointer finger, what I did on the other one was just did a cuticle beads of that Cover Pink by Halo, and I blended it down, and then at the point of the finger I used the orange on the other hand and I faded it back and then popped glitter on top. So we'll just do the same thing but in the purple this time. I love purple and peach together. It reminds me, hundreds of years ago I used to do dancing. Imagine that now. And I remember seeing, I think it was a group, and they had a dance costume that was purple and peach. And I remember just thinking, fuck me, that is gorgeous. I love it. So it's just sort of stuck with me, those colours. I just think they look really nice together. And these powders by Nail Nails, the metallic ones, they're really shimmery. So, yeah, there we go. So we blended it just down, just so it's nice and smooth. And we'll pop a purple bead and then blend it back. So I'll just let you watch. So there, we're going to take our brush, just use the point and feather it back a little bit, just so it's not got a harsh line. This is just a base colour for the glitter. The glitter is going to go on top, but you would still see it through. Oh, cheers everyone. Look at me, not like me, getting pissed. It was last night, and I was doing my nails, nobody else's. So I had a drink in my hand, as per usual at the moment. And speaking of the devil, I've got another one sat beside me with glasses that I so didn't nick from a cruise that I was on. There we go. So, tiny little bit of glitter, blend it around. Right down to that point. Try and just get it covered all over so that it's kind of even. You've not got bare patches or big clumps where you can't really see the colour through it. And just try and smooth it down. And then we wiggle our brush at the back there just to do our blend back. Now I'm going to put crystals on this nail over the middle, so again it's like I've covered up a fuck up really, you know. I actually don't think I like those ones. I think I took the colour too far back, and it's, if you see it sitting at the widest bit of the nail, and I just don't think it's very flattering. So that's why I put some crystals on, because I thought, ugh, that's ugly. Yeah. There we are. Yep. Just as ugly as the other one. Okay, so smooth that down. And now we'll do the thumbnail, and I'm just going to do, I usually do the same on the thumb as I do on the pinky, because the thumbs never make it into the photo, let's face it. So, and I like a bigger platform to do a marble on, so short nails are harder to do than long nails if you ask me. Really, they really are. So yeah, so there's my cuticle beads. I double dipped into both the colours, and I just went right in so that it was neat, and I had a background for my marble. So we will get a nice wet bead of each of the colours. There we are. Not too big so that they're flooding all over the place. I think a marble with 3 colours, at least 3 colours, is a good idea. That one worked amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. And I love to go diagonally because I think it gives the illusion of a long, slender nail, not a fat, frumpy one like what I actually do have on my short-ass thumb. There we are. So my 3 beads, we'll take the brush up, down, then there we go, perfecting any little bits. Lovely. I love a marble nail. They're so braw. So I think that bit had a lot of purple in it, so we're going to just break that up a wee bit, because I put purple glitter in through the sort of purple waves of colour in here. So we get our clear, a little bit of purple glitter, and just gently swoosh them over the purple sort of veins where it's went through your marble, so that you've got a bit of sparkle, but it doesn't overtake the marble itself. You can still see that beautiful design. I think a marble is my favourite because it doesn't matter how crap you are at them, they still look good. You know, they still look lovely. There we go. So what we need to do now is cap them. So I'll just show you one, because it's all the same really. So we'll get our clear. This is CJP Crystal Glass. And pop that on. Tiny nail. Oh, it's a nightmare doing small nails. And just blend that down. And we check it all over from all angles to see where we need any more or any more smoothing out. These are small, short nails, so we don't need a huge apex. We don't need a big stress area, but a little apex is still pleasing to the eye. What is it? Aesthetically pleasing. There we are. See, we've got a nice little apex, but we have got a little dip here. So like a sort of ski jump here, right here. So we'll fill that in. And just blend it back, blend it forward, and that will fill in that little dip in the nail. And there we go. So I'll cap all my other nails off camera, because once you've seen one, that's it. So what we'll do is, I have done a couple of them. This has set up a little bit. I've test pinched it there, just to make sure the acrylic's dry enough that it's not going to squeeze and affect the shape, but it's still not completely cured. And we can pop that pinching tool on, and what that'll do is give us a really nice C-curve. Cheers again. And so that it's stronger and it looks nicer as well. So, pinch, 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 take that off, check it, nice and round in there, nice and strong. So we'll check this one, see if that's dry enough, and we'll pop the pinching tool on there and squeeze that and just leave that one for a couple of minutes as well. So we have capped everything. Now we're going to define the shape of our reverse French before we put the colour on that tip. Now I like to cap everything before I do this, that way we don't get dust and things on our other nails. Now spot the mistake. Yep, I have done this with all my pots open at the side of me. So there's probably bits of dust went in there. I hope not. And it wasn't much. So hopefully it wouldn't have, because it was quite a bit in front of it. So just go around with my metal board file from Glitter Planet. Get rid of the dust. And then we will put some colour on the tip of that. Checking that one, pop the pinching tool on. You just have to do this as you go. You know, you can't just do it as soon as you've finished every nail, because they'll be wet. You've got to give it a good few minutes, and then as long as it's not going to alter the shape, make the sides flat. It's got to keep its strength. There we are. So we'll pop that on, and now we'll get the colour on the front here. So I'm going to just do half one colour and half the other. There we are, little bead of that metallic purple. Point of the brush, quite wet so that you can get it right up into those wings. And then just blend it down. And just fill in any patchy see-through bits that are there. And just do exactly the same with that metallic orange. Now what I'm going to do is, on the corresponding colours, I'm just going to get a tiny little bit of glitter, and I just want it just round the front of the wall of the pink that I did. Not all the way down covering it, I just want it so it's just round there, and then you can see, so you can see the glitter, and then you can see the plain colour. Again, this is much easier on long nails. However, they still turn out alright. So we just do that half over. And now the purple. Right up into those wings. And down to the front. And then once we've done that, we'll just neaten off that front. Now that's a core powder, so we don't need to cap that at the back there. Those are strength powders. So once that's dry, we'll cap the front of it and give it a little pinch. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the fuck is the shape of that nail all about? And you're right, it's atrocious. But trust the process. It's fine. You're going to file that off anyway. If I used a smaller bead and a wetter bead, it wouldn't be like, as Kylie Werry says, a big beluga whale nail. But it is. And it's going to get filed away anyway to reveal that beautiful crisp French line. So it doesn't really matter. So again, we're taking the metal nail file. And I'm just going to show you one nail because it's all the same routine. So sidewall, sidewall. Make sure those sides are nice and neat the way you want them. And I like to do underneath. I like to take the nail nice and flat so that it's really even on the back of this shape. Round off that point there because I don't want a sharp stiletto. I want an almond shape. I nearly said flavour there. Almond flavour. So, sidewalls right down the sides to the cuticle area. Smooth round, all the way round and then back up. And then over that apex. Make sure it's all nice and even. And once I file them all, I'll go over with a buffer as well, a fine buffer, just to get it really nice and smooth before top coat. Okay, so I've filed them all, buffed them all, and I put my gems on now on the bare nail. So I just use a nail glue, and these are little flat back crystal ABs from Glitter Planet. I've had them for a while. I seem to use them all the time and the pot just never goes down. It's great, it's magic. There's about 3 or 4 different sizes, so I just put one in the middle, 2 smaller ones at the side, and then 2 smaller ones again. I think that is known as a tiara design. So I've got my wax pencil there. That's brilliant for picking them up, especially those little ones. I should have zoomed in with this one, and I'm sorry because you can't really see it that great. So next time, I promise I will zoom in a bit more. So these are the tiny little ones. And I like to do this nice and even round the middle of a French so that it's, you know, it's sort of even at the bottom, even at the top. It's just pleasing. Now this one again, I told you I didn't like it because it was wide, so I'm going to do a sort of swirl. You'll be able to see in a minute. Do you hear that scratching outside of me? That's Dash. If he could talk, he'd go, seriously, get me fed. Anyway, I'll feed him after this, I promise. Don't be phoning the RSPCA or anything with me. So I've started off with a small one, then a slightly bigger one, and then I think I did 4 the same size going down like a swoosh. Now I was trying to be all cool and hip. And I said to my 5-year-old, I said, look at this penny. I said, do you think this looks like Maui's hook, this shape? And she went, actually, Mum, it looks like a question mark. So right there, faith was restored that she's not turning into a dunderhead because her mum's her teacher. I'm happy with that. So yes, there's my question mark of crystals. There's a close-up photo at the end, so you'll be able to see a bit better. So yeah, there's the tiny ones going on. The tiny ones, I don't know what goes on with them, but they're always upside down. Always. You can never just pick them up normally. You've got to fuck about with them for ages before you can get them the right way around. There we go. See, look. Trying to turn that around. There we are. I think that's the last one. So I'm just checking that glue's dry, because if you put top coat near wet glue, you'll ruin your top coat. It goes a stringy, slimy mess. Words of experience here. So this is my new top coat I'm using. Love it. It's the Glitter Bells by Annabelle No White top coat. So just go right into that cuticle area there. And cover all around. Spread your brush around. Get right round the sides and down to the front. Now, with the nails that I've got crystals on them, you butt the brush right up against your crystals, but don't go over them, because it is the sharp lines and the flat areas, the facets on the crystals that make them shiny. Now, if you put your top coat on top of that, it'll make them round and it completely dulls the shine. Now, I never lose crystals doing it this way, never. So just trust it. It does really well, and that top coat gives it extra security as well. So yeah, middle finger here. Get right down into that cuticle and sweep it across. Now this pointer finger, I should have used a detailing brush. But I thought because it was just me, I think my glass disappears about now. Keep an eye on the glass. Watch. Oh, I've only just finished that drink and off it goes. I tell you, the bar staff in my house are second to none. So yeah, like I say, I should have used a detailing brush, right, especially in here, but I thought because it's just me and not one of my clients, I'll not bother. So I just did this and just scraped off the excess. Oh goodness. So yeah. Make sure the top coat's right up against those crystals, but not over the top. And then we go over the thumbnail. Not that you can see because my hand's right in the way. And there we are. Now I think I just finish this and then I'll wipe down the sides, because sometimes your top coat can pull at the edges and that would knacker up your shape that you spent ages on. So this is how they're looking now. I've popped some cuticle oil on and I left a couple of pictures. Here they are. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.